Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. We've got some more Scentsy on deck. I feel like I say that about 150 times a month, but y'all seem to really enjoy the Scentsy content, and there is a lot going on within Scentsy behind the scenes, as we know from our previous videos, including our most recent one with the change of Scentsy live events. If you missed it, I'll link that in the description so you can go and watch it after this one or now, whatever you want to do. But in this video, we are revisiting one of our favorite top Scentsy leaders. We're going to go ahead and listen to this individual and another top leader give a training to her team. We're going to get right the fuck into it. But first, we need the disclaimer.
I feel like blessing my ride, yeah. Good for the most part. I'ma need a few ring for the whole squad. Head still on the swing for patrol cars. Know the flow so dope, need a no guard. In the road, give me ease. I'ma coast to the coast guard. Wanna see.
If you're not familiar with Scentsy, they are what is called an MLM, also known as a multi-level marketing company, network marketing company, party plan company, social selling company. Some would even refer to this type of business as a pyramid scheme.
The audacity!
And that is because Scentsy does run off of a recruitment-based business model at the time that I am recording this video, meaning the more people each Scentsy consultant recruits, the more money they can make. Now, a lot of times, only the people in the top 1% of an MLM are making a livable wage. So keep that in mind always when somebody is approaching you about an MLM. These companies do typically sell products, and the product of choice that Scentsy sells is, you may have guessed by the name, scented products. One of the first things they were known for was the wickless candle. This is the light bulb warmers that you obviously put a light bulb in, and then it has a dish and it gets hot and warms up the wax and makes your space smell however you want it to smell. They have since come out with an abundance of scented products, laundry products, cleaning products, children's products, scented stuffed animals, you name it. They've tried it, including, most recently, and so groundbreaking, a wicked candle after they've talked down about candles for many, many years. So now that we know all of that, the basics about Scentsy, let's listen in to these top leaders talk to their team.
Hello, everybody. We are so excited. I have the wonderful Courtney Reyes, who is going to be co-leading this meeting with me tonight to kick off fall. And we just had a meeting at Coco's house 2 weeks ago. I don't know when, a week.
Yeah, a week ago.
I was about to say my pregnancy brain is not well right now with dates, but she just opened kind of Pandora's box to some stuff that I think a lot of you guys need a refresher on as far as working your business goes. So she's going to dig a little deeper into that. And I'm going to just open it up first by saying a couple things that I'm doing in this season of life. Coco, you can mute yourself or not mute yourself while I talk. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I was about to say. And so for those of you that are new here, I'm Chloe and I'm the Superstar Director for Anchored Scents. And I'm so excited to have you guys in our Anchored Scents family, whether you're an adopted member or if you've been here for a while. We are just so excited y'all are here. We are in the start. I literally was looking at the date. It is September 9th. So we are at the start of the best season of the year. We got candles. Like, there's just a lot going on right now. We have our incentive. We had SFR, which I feel like was yesterday. Kind of weird, but it wasn't yesterday. It was 2 months ago. New branding, all kinds of things. And so I'm just glad you're here. We're glad you're here. You guys have a place here. And hopefully tonight, over the next 30 minutes or so, you're going to hear some things from me and from Coco on how we run our business, tips, tricks, how to really give your customers, your hosts, your team members the best experience ever. Because at the end of the day, and also I want to say there is the chat. Y'all can see Coco just said, hey, if y'all have any questions along the way, feel free to ask us and we'll answer them.
How nice of you.
But at the end of the day, this is a business. I've really been focused on this with my customers, which I'm going to share with you guys, share in a minute. This is a business you can work your way. It's your kit, it's your business, it's your way. And so tonight, we really want you guys to just take the tips we're going to share and just the business tools and just go, how can I make this my way? And this is something that's really been in my mind as I have moved. So I've recently moved. I live in Raleigh now, and I've had to really figure out a new way to work. I've had to figure out how to go from this amazing, beautiful office I built to a totally different space. I had to learn how to go from all this inventory to no inventory. I've had to really rewire my brain. And so I'm really excited to share with you guys over the next 10 minutes what I've been doing, what's been working, and how I've really stayed consistent, stayed disciplined, and got into rhythm. Because a lot of you guys, I'm sure you can agree that it's really, really easy once you get out of rhythm in your Scentsy business to get back in it. It's really, really hard. And so I'm going to just give you guys some tips on what I've been doing.
I'm going to go ahead and interrupt this pointless intro of blah, 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 and ask you to do me a quick solid. If you're not subscribed and you like this type of content, would you do me a favor and hit subscribe? I have been paying closer attention to my analytics and have been seeing that about half of the people that return to watch my content are actually subscribed. And most recently today, there is a podcast that I watch all of the time, and apparently I've never been subscribed, but YouTube keeps just recommending these videos to me because I watch them all the time. So if you wouldn't mind making sure you're subscribed if you do enjoy my content. And with that, we'll just get right back into the video. Thank you guys.
So the first thing, this is very, very simple, but this works every time. It has never done me wrong, is an accountability task list. So this is something that I do, and I'm going to share tonight on our pages. I started it the 27th of August when I was like, okay, Chloe, you've really got to get it together. And is there anybody on here, y'all can go in the comments, where you're just like, I got to get it together. Like, I got to know what I'm doing, right? Because it's really hard to measure. And I know Coco's going to talk some about this with front loading. This is why she front loads, because she can measure, okay, I'm getting 500 by the first day of the month or whatever. I'm hitting all these sales targets, all of these recruits, because she's front loading. It's really hard to measure stuff as a consultant, the success of your business, when you have no idea what you're doing. And I was kind of at that point. I started moving in July. As soon as I got back from SFR, I started moving, and I didn't know what I was doing. And it was really bothering me. And I was like, well, I'm not getting recruits right now. I'm not selling super great. I have a problem with that.
That is quite an admission.
That right there is very telling. This is a top leader, a superstar director. She is somebody in the 1%. She has earned incentive trips. She is what is known as a Scentsy celebrity, meaning when they go to these live events like Scentsy Family Reunion, people form a line around individuals like this because they want to meet them. They want to say they met them. They want to get a picture and post it on their social media and make it feel like a big deal. But these people are not known outside of the Scentsy community. But anyway, knowing that fact, knowing that she's been with Scentsy for so long, she has an enormous team, or had an enormous team before all the changes started taking place. And she has been in a superstar director position for a very long time compared to other people who have been in Scentsy for a long period of time. She is openly admitting to her team that she's having trouble with sales and recruiting. When that happens, take it as a red flag. Things are not going good with Scentsy. And when the top leaders start to really struggle like this and start to voice that they are struggling, that is your biggest red flag. Because remember, these top leaders are typically the ones who are, in my opinion, the most brainwashed into the cult-like behaviors in thinking that this is fine, this is supposed to happen, everything's going to be fine, this is the way this business is supposed to go, and nobody can know that I'm struggling right now because then my team will leave. This is the mentality that they are told they need to have. Typically, from my experience, when I was in any MLM, including Scentsy for almost 4 years, you cannot talk about the negative. And lower sales and lower recruitment rates, those are seen as negative in an MLM community.
So if you are really wanting to build a business this fall, or if you're really wanting to start your business, say you're new or say you're just trying to refresh, I want to really recommend doing an accountability task list.
An accountability list. You mean a to-do list, a checklist? We're not creating anything new here. This is a to-do list.
All that really is a checklist for yourself, dated. So I have mine dated by tasks. And let me see if I can pull it up. Oh yeah, I can pull it up. And I'm going to pull it up really quick so y'all can see. It's super, super simple, but basically what I want to show you guys is how simple it really can be whenever you are out of rhythm. Hang on a second. Sorry, y'all, I'm bringing up my screen. And sharing. Why does this where's the screen share, Coco?
Shouldn't you know?
Why does this happen to me every time? Do you know where it's at on here? Y'all know this. That's why you're laughing at me every single time. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. I just tried to unmute you. Don't worry about it. Okay. If somebody knows, y'all go in the comments. I don't know. Justin's putting the little child to bed, y'all. He's putting the child to bed. If somebody remembers in the comments, tell me how to share my screen, okay? I know if like Katrina or somebody like that is on here, they're gonna know.
She's on Zoom. It's so beyond Zoom. She's on Zoom is what I meant to say. It's so beyond easy to share your screen on Zoom, especially if you don't have to worry about the permissions. Like you have permission to share because this is her call. Really? We don't know how to share on Zoom and you're running a business. Mind you, she also has a podcast. What are we doing?
Let me see. Video.
For the love of Pete.
Share. Oh, it's literally right there. Gosh, way to go, Bridget. Thanks. Sorry. All right. I'm sharing my whole screen with y'all. Sorry. You get what you get. Y'all can see the whole screen right now. I apologize about this, but this is what it is. Okay, so let me see actually. Pause. Let me just share this. There we go. All right. So I'm just going to give you a really quick idea. So y'all can see I use notes a lot, by the way. Okay. I use notes a lot. I use them for new consultants. I have my time blocks here. I have the income disclosure. So just because I'm full transparency, because I already have it pulled up. Good thing I don't have anything inappropriate in here, but you can see I have pinned at the top the most important things. So one being my new consultants and my reinstatements, my time blocks for what I do, which is going to have to be heavily adjusted because I've moved. And this is what I really want to show y'all. So you guys can see I literally just started this. So there's never, you're never too late. You're never too behind. It doesn't matter if you've been, I'll be a consultant 14 years this November. It doesn't matter if you've been in 14 years, 4 days, 4 months, whatever. If you are feeling out of rhythm, you can go ahead and start today. I literally told my husband tonight because he was saying something he was stressed out about. And I said, you know what? There is no time like today to change that and to fix that and to adjust that. And so you guys can kind of get the idea. I'm going to post this on the pages of literally what I've done, what I started doing. The reason we had our team meeting at Coco's is because I was talking with Coco and I was like, you know what, we should do this. And she was like, we should do it. And I was like, I don't have a place to do it. And she was like, do it at my house. And I was like, this is great. So also I started putting down like, when am I going to post on social? When am I going to follow up with customers? When am I going to get my pre-orders? Things like that. So you can kind of see an idea of what my brain looks like on literal paper. And I even have this week, everything today. I did every one of these things.
What we're talking about here is brain dumps and checklists. That's all. This isn't groundbreaking. You're wasting these people's time and making it more complicated than it has to be. Here's what you do when you run a type of business. It's something that I've been doing since I started my virtual business back in 2019. When you have an idea, you get yourself a notebook and a pen, pencil, colored pencil, crayon, marker, whatever you want to write with. Grab your iPad, get a computer so you can go into a document, however you like to write things down. And you dump out everything that you're thinking of. Your ideas for sales, content, whatever it is. You dump it all out. And then what you do with that brain dump, that document that you made, that paper that you wrote all out, you then make it into a checklist. Put everything in order that you're gonna do. Get rid of the shit that you don't need to do, you changed your mind on. And just do it that way. A brain dump and a checklist is all you need. You don't need to be making this bullshit notes training to tell people this. It's so simple. Stop overcomplicating it. I think that's where a lot of people get lost in the sauce when it comes to really any business, is that you're trying to overcomplicate it. I do it currently as a content creator. I've done it in the past when I was in MLMs. I see people doing it within MLMs to make it sound more important than it actually is. It's just simple shit that you can do to make your day-to-day life, to be honest, more simple. That's all. Stop wasting their time. They have better shit to be doing.
Something I'm doing right now, just being very like real, transparent, and honest about, you know, life is gonna life. Things are gonna happen. I'm also like 5 months pregnant, somewhere around there. My kids are in new schools. I'm homeschooling one kid. We're selling a house. I'm in the process of trying to get another house. So life is going to life. But the beautiful thing about Scentsy, and this is what I really, really want you guys to get excited about, and I want this to drive the way you sponsor this fall. I want you to use this to drive the way you sell. You can do it your way. Okay. And so 2 other things, I'm going to reshare these on the pages as well. I shared this, I think, whenever I made it, but it literally just says your kit, your way, your options. And so I made this on Canva, and I'll pull it up really quick. And the way that I am focusing on sponsoring for me personally, because I do a lot of my stuff on the digital side, which again, that's why I'm glad Coco is here, because Coco is going to talk about a lot of the feet to the pavement stuff, a lot of the party, even though she is digital actually. So I don't know why I said it like that. She does her parties digitally. But she also does fairs and shows and different things as well. I am strictly online now. I am strictly online, or I will go and like I'm meeting with somebody on Friday and bringing her the scents. I will do one-on-ones. I will do, if there's a launch party, I will throw a launch party. But as far as how I run my business, everything I do is online because that works for me. That works for me. And so I'm going to show you guys, where did this go? There we go. These postcards I made, I have shared these on the pages. I will reshare them. But the way, so also these logos, all these logos are in your marketing tab. Find the one you like. There's so many. Okay. I like this one and I like the little florally one, and I did black and white. There's a bunch of different logos that you can use and choose. But I really am focusing with all my customers on sharing their kit their way. Your kit, your way, your options. Here's our options this month. So I ordered 50 of these, and these are not just going to go to my mail outs. These are going to go to specific customers that I'm having conversations with. I want to stop right here really quickly and reiterate. These are going to go out in Happy Mail to customers that I'm having conversations with, that I'm building relationships with, that already know about the joint opportunity. A big miss that we're doing with mail is we are sending mail to customers that we are not telling them beforehand what it is. Does that make sense? So it's like, I had an epiphany of this the other day. I was like, why am I just sending joint info to people? I'm not talking with them about it, or club mail or this or that. So I'm being really strategic this fall on what if I'm sending this, have I shared this with them? Is it somebody I've had a conversation with where I've literally texted them in follow up after they have received their order, after they ordered, or after it shipped, all 3 times, because that's when you should contact your customer, and told them, look, you can make up to 30%, 20 to 30% off your orders. Like, this is crazy. You'd be awesome at this. Can I send you some info in the mail? They're going to say sure, because you're already sending them Happy Mail.
Even if they do say sure, the likelihood of that individual joining your team, I think they say it's like 1 in 10 people will say yes. I forget the actual statistic, but anyway, that's beside the point. A lot of times people are just saying yes to the join information because they feel like being nice. So if you're sending out quote unquote Happy Mail, you might want to keep that in mind, because regardless of a deal you may have gotten on Vistaprint or Canva or wherever you ordered these postcards, they're still costing you money. And if you are not profiting that same amount of money at least in your business that you're paying to have these printed, then you shouldn't even be thinking about this stuff anyway. And most of the people on this call likely are not making the amount of money they need to be making to make this type of mailing worth it.
So these, I'm specifically making sure if there's not a conversation before I'm sending this, there's a problem. Okay. The next thing is a little thank you so much for your order. It's kind of hard to see this, but I'm going to put this on the page as well.
I always have to give them their flowers when they do something that is probably a good idea. And in this case, Chloe is going ahead and making sure that these people have already had a conversation with her about joining. So they're not just getting this random postcard in the mail. At the very minimum, at least she's letting them know that she's going to be sending this information and not just blasting it in their face. However, I still don't agree with it.
Let me see where that is. Where is that at? And with this is just going to go in Happy Mail too. And this is the cool thing about branding. Branding can be yours. Okay. Branding can be whatever you want it to be. And if you say you're not good at Canva, great. Who freaking cares? Use my template. Use somebody else's template.
How unique.
That's why everybody else is good at Canva. Okay. Take our Canvas and use them. Change the pictures. Okay. If you don't have a picture of yourself for this, go ahead and go in the marketing tab and find some cool ones that Scentsy has. But it's just literally a thank you so much for your order. Our family's so grateful. I incorporate my family. They're a big part of my business. So I want you to think about that when you're doing your branding. Maybe it's your grandkids. Maybe it's your animals. Like maybe it's your dog that you incorporate into your business. Maybe it is your spouse. Maybe it's your best friend. I don't know who it is, but you can put them in here. And then on the back of these postcards is the front.
We're talking about a business where you sell scented products, a business where you're the middleman to sell scented products. It should, in my opinion, again, be a red flag when somebody who owns a business that isn't necessarily a family business, because this is, in fact, a large corporation with a Scentsy home office of the actual employees that run this business. When they are trying to intertwine their family into this false business idea, it's a red flag because there's no reason for the family to be that intertwined. There's not that much to do, if we're being honest. You can't make your own marketing material without getting it approved. So she had to get that template approved through Scentsy before she could even say that she has it. You can't make up your own sales. You're not shipping products. You're not supposed to be shipping products from your house. They're both supposed to be getting shipped from the Scentsy warehouse where the employees do all of that work. You're not doing any of those things. So those family members, what are they fucking doing aside from telling everybody about Scentsy and being the street team essentially for this product to make people aware of it? They're just your marketing team and they're working for free.
And this is the back, and it says join the Scentsy journey, become a consultant. More time, more memories, more creativity, more joy, more income. What story are you giving to your customers and to the people? Oh, Justin's in here with a glass of wine. What story are you trying to tell? Okay. What do you want these people that are smelling the scents from you, that are seeing you on Facebook? I know a lot of y'all are on Facebook, so I'm going to talk about, and Facebook is hot. It's a hot place for consumers. They're all over it. What story are you telling this fall? Are you being authentic? Are you being consistent with it? Are you being you? This is your business, your way. And so I'm going to go ahead and stop now and let Coco take the floor.
Oh.
He's here.
Hey guys, happy Tuesday. So I'm going to kind of divulge a ton of information on you guys tonight. So I hope you have your pens and papers ready. If you have any questions, please write them down. We'll get to them at the end. And I want to preface everything I'm going to tell you is how I work. Like Chloe said, you can choose whatever I tell you from here, whatever just like clicks. Take it and run with it. If it doesn't work for your business, that's completely okay too. But I'm hoping that you get at least a little nugget from tonight that you can use in your business and be successful with it. So you guys know that I absolutely love front loading. I'm a huge planner. It comes with my planner personality. I like to know what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, how I'm doing it, and why I'm doing it. So of course, the big why this season is because we want to go to Mexico. I'm pretty sure Bella's in the background dancing. Yes, we want to go to Mexico. My family wants to go to Mexico. My husband is from Mexico and Bella has never been. So for us, it's kind of like a bittersweet trip. We want to be able to take her to his homeland. So with that comes a lot of planning.
The incentive trip for Scentsy, like she's talking about, is to Mexico this year. The thing with incentive trips, especially if you're somebody who is going because you are from there or you want to see the sights and you want to taste the food, the likelihood of that happening on a Scentsy trip, it's very slim because everything is typically already planned out for you. You have a very limited amount of time. It's typically 4-ish nights if you're lucky, and you have to really push to earn this incentive trip. And it's probably in most cases going to take you less time and money to just schedule your own trip for 7 days instead of just 4, and do the things that you want to do. I disagree so strongly with these MLM incentive trips as somebody who tried to work for one after seeing what they're all about, because they are so short and their agendas are already made out for them. It's not as glamorous as they make it sound, in my opinion. They had an incentive trip to Greece earlier this year, and according to some of the consultants that were on the trip, I'll try and find the posts that I saw from the Greece trip, made it sound like it was going to be such an amazing trip. And when they got there, their rooms were facing a strip club and like this really sketchy part of town. It didn't look anything like they were promised it was supposed to look like. So I don't know. These incentive trips are such bullshit. I could go on forever about them. Let's get back into this training, shall we?
You can have a goal in mind to earn this trip, but if you don't have a plan to earn it, you are not going to earn it. You have to write down your goals and you have to write down your plan. Okay. So I love front loading. And what does front loading mean? It can mean a lot of different things. So number one is parties. I front load my calendar with parties. I'm currently booked almost through November. I need one more week in November booked, and then I'm booked for November. This is absolutely huge. I do not have to worry about where my PRV is coming from because I have parties booked and I have 3 events booked.
Cool. Just because you have parties booked and events booked doesn't mean you're going to get sales. There were many times when I had parties and got maybe one sale. Maybe the host bought something because they felt bad. There were times where I had other events and parties where people bought stuff, nothing to make it worth it for me because it is a lot of work to do these in-person parties like that. But just because you have all of these parties and events booked does not necessarily mean you're going to be making any kind of profit or getting any kind of teammates. I don't personally see you having a successful business experience month to month unless you're making a profitable amount of money. So if that's happening, then cool, good for you. Keep going to those parties and annoying your friends and family. But are you even at that point? Is it that worth it for you to be hauling all your shit around and bothering your friends and family? I don't know.
Now, the way you work your calendar can be completely different, but for me, I'm very busy, so I have to make sure it fits within my schedule. So I typically do 1 event a month in the hot months, September, October, and November. And then I will do 1 party a week on Facebook. And now if someone messages me and they're like, hey, I really want a party, I'm going to stick them in. Like that happened last week. I had 2 parties at one time, but it's a lot for me. So I really try to stick with just 1. And then I try to do at least 1 to 2 home parties a month. No more than that, again, because I'm very busy.
We get it. You're fucking busy.
So by front loading my calendar with parties, it is solving all of my issues that I may run into this season, which is new connections, okay, which is who is going to host next in my spring and summer months, and who am I talking to in reference to recruiting and getting new connections. So parties is going to solve all of your issues. And it was kind of, and don't want to call out anyone because we're not in the business of doing that, but I was kind of surprised as to how many people who were here who didn't have parties booked or who haven't booked parties in a long time. So I think if we get back to the basics, we're going to have a very successful fall. And so I work my business super hard, super hard in the fall and winter because my spring and summer is busy with cheer. But since I work it so hard in the fall and winter, it can sustain itself in the spring and summer when I'm not doing as many parties, when I may be doing 1 or 2 parties a month instead of 4 or 5. So just think about it that way too. Whenever you're working your business, work smarter in the fall because it's going to set your next season up when sales tend to dip when we're not in our busy season. So that's another tip. Another thing I like to front load is content for my team and content for my customers. Like, what am I going to be training on? What am I going to be focusing on? What message do I want to give my customers? Conversations. Who am I talking to? Who in my team do I want to work with? Who has or who wants to promote? And of course, conversations with my customers. What do I want to talk to them about this month? Who do I want to talk to about joining and front loading my calendar with those conversations?
That should not even be something that you're thinking about when you're trying to sell products. Front load the join conversations because obviously, very clearly, that is the way that these individuals are making the bulk of their income and having a successful business.
You can literally have just 1 a day. Doesn't have to be complicated. Chloe has done a complete training on miss in place, I believe it what it was. 1 conversation a day about a party, 1 conversation a day about joining. Y'all, that's 30 conversations. And the way I pull my conversations is go into your order history. See who's commenting on your post, see who's liking your post, see who's engaging with you whenever you're posting things about your business. And then I also front load my months with specials. I talked about this at our get together as well, but I love to focus on one thing a week and just push it until I'm at 300, 500, 600 PRV with it. So for example, y'all know I do blind boxes. I love my blind boxes. I'm a creative. I love to express my creativity through them. They can be simple. They can be complicated, however you want to do them. Okay. But I will focus on my blind boxes for a week and just push and push and push. I will focus on a specific bundle. This week it is a wax bundle I'm talking to my customers about. People like easy. So when they see that you have a bundle together, when they see you have a blind box together, when you're talking about the with box is another thing you can focus on. They love easy. So just focus on it and keep pushing it. If you have a goal for it, share your goal for it, because people love to help people who have goals. That was a lot. Okay. So now let's talk about whenever you are focusing on your specials, your blind boxes, your with box, don't just share it one time and give up on it. You want to talk about it constantly. So I will post in my stories. I will post on my personal page. I will post on my VIP page. I will also do one-on-one messaging with my customers. So if someone bought a with box last month, I'll reach out to them. Hey girl, the with box is amazing this month. Would you like me to put you in an order for one? Like whatever. I feel like people give up easy, very easy when it comes to stuff like that. Keep pushing, keep trying. I will literally post and get nothing from it. And then I post 2 days later and I will get 5 people who want it. Okay. So don't give up on yourself so easily, because trust me, there's somebody out there who wants to buy what you are selling. Another thing that has made a huge difference in my business is follow-ups. Chloe talked about it a little bit. When you are follow up on orders, on your happy mail, and then I do 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, and 1 year follow-ups. Again, I just go into my order history. I will print out my order history from people who hadn't ordered in a year.
The fuck do you say to somebody who hasn't ordered Scentsy from you in a year? What the fuck do you say?
I know I haven't talked to you in a year, but do you want to buy my Scentsy shit? We have candles now.
And if the only time you're talking to these customers is at these follow-ups and you're claiming that you're building relationships, you're a fucking liar. Maybe you're not necessarily a liar. However, you're not explaining that the relationship that you're building is strictly transactional. You're making it sound like a garden of beautiful friendships. It's transactional relationships that you're building, not friendships.
Reach out to those people if they haven't ordered. It's also a great way for you to gauge what your customer retention is as well. And that's super important, because it's hard to get a new customer. It's harder to get a new customer than it is to keep a customer. So if you're not keeping your customers, if they're not coming back to you over and over again, you kind of want to figure out why. Like, what's missing? Am I not following up enough? Did they not like the product? Or did they just forget to order from you? And if they forgot to order from you and they're buying from somewhere else, or if they're buying from the store, then that also says a lot about your follow-up process, because if it's going to be easy for them to grab it from the shelf and get it, and you haven't reached out to them yet, they're going to do that. So make sure you're following up with your customers.
That's the thing. You have to be so fucking annoying when you're in an MLM like Scentsy, because there's so many other avenues for them to go down to get this product. All they have to do is go to the Scentsy website and put in their zip code, and it'll give them whatever consultant Scentsy feels like giving them. It doesn't necessarily go to the same consultant every time. So that's one thing. The other thing is these people could just go out to the fucking store and get what they need. They don't need to call you and have a conversation with you and talk about your kids' achievements and what your kids are doing with Scentsy. They don't want all of that. They just want the product. They don't want to deal with a middleman. It's annoying.
So now I'm going to talk a little bit about parties. So I do Facebook parties. I'm going to share my biggest tips with them, because I know a lot of people have issues with their parties. Either they're not engaging, people aren't buying, the host isn't participating, and stuff like that. So I did share my boards on parties. And I'm not saying that my boards is like amazing or like the #1 board out there, but it's pretty dang good, because in that board, if you haven't looked at it, I have verbiage on how I ask for parties. I have verbiage for host coaching. I have verbiage for what to say to your host after she does her party. I have verbiage in there. Hold on. I just added, and I'm constantly adding to it as I think about stuff. I just added something today. I added what you would message your guest within your party. Like, there's so much goodness in there. There's real life photos of things. And as people start excuse me, I just spit. As people start posting real life photos of the new warmers, I will do those instead of the flyers that are currently in my party. But there's so much goodness in this board. Okay. So for example, it has a host party reminder. Again, I'm front loading. So my peaks who are scheduling in November, I need to make sure I remind them in October. So there's a message that I send them a month before. Hey girl, your party is this and this. Can't wait to party with you. I will send you more information the Friday before your party starts. Okay. The next one is my host coaching message. It will give them so many tips. It has everything highlighted for them, what is expected of them, what their party goal is, what I need for them to do to make sure that they have a successful party, how many people they should invite. Like, it's literally everything in this message to them. And then I have a photo of the hostess rewards and host tips for them as well. And then I even have on here, after I send them all that, I'm like, okay, one last question. As the host, are you interested in getting paid back off of this party? From the very beginning, I'm asking that question. If they're like, oh, no, I'm good. If they're like, maybe tell me more, then, I'll go into more details. Even at the end of the party, once I'm sharing their rewards with them, I'm also saying, or I give them two options. You can get this for free, 3 half-offs, or you can join, get this for free. You still get your half-offs, plus you're going to be making $120 back or whatever it may be. I'm letting them know all of the information, okay?
That's what's called a party flip. The annoying part where the party ends and the consultant tries to get you to join and put this as your first party instead of just putting the party in and calling it a day. In most cases, every single consultant after a party will present you with the opportunity to join and then make the pennies that you can make off of the party that you just threw. But always keep in mind that how often are your friends and family going to come over for a Scentsy party or order from a Scentsy party that you're having once every, 2 years, 3 years? How often are they going to now order from you if you are a Scentsy consultant? It doesn't automatically mean you're going to be successful within the business because you had a large party. It's rare that that's going to be a continuous thing that happens for somebody that joins an MLM like Scentsy.
Party verbiage, I have it in here. Okay, want a party? I have 4 different verbiages in here. Y'all know me. Hey, boo. I was just thinking, would you be willing to host a scent event with me this fall and get your next order free and half off? Girl, you're seriously one of my best customers. Would you like to get your next order for free? Hey girl, I know how much you love fall and it's here. I would love to spoil you with some free fall goodies. What do you say? Excitement and question at the end.
How are we still out here with the copy paste hey girl messages? You haven't figured out a different way to greet people. This is from 2025. This is from September of 2025, and we're still using hey girl copy paste messages. Make it make sense.
Always want to end your party questions when you're asking someone to party with a question, so they're more inclined to answer you back. Okay. My party is also very engaging. I want them to answer me. So I'm asking a question in almost every single post. And then I also send messages to all of the people in the party. I'll send a message. Hey, I just wanted to personally introduce myself. I'm going to be posting this week. Me and Caitlin really appreciate you being here. Please let me know if you have any questions. Here's her link for easy access. By the way, what is your favorite fragrance? Then I will go, and you know how Facebook is. It be hiding your messages, be hiding the kids, hiding the wives. So then I go into the group and I'm like, at everyone, I sent y'all a message. Make sure you answer it.
Oh, we all love that at everyone on Facebook. How many of us just delete those shits? Do we actually go check them? I don't. I never do.
So-and-so tagged you and others.
No, not looking. Delete. I don't want this notification. In fact, I'm leaving the group now.
Because one of you will win a prize, a scent circle. Easy peasy. I did that today at my party. I had 5 people answer me back. 5 people. That's a new connection. I literally had a long conversation with another girl. We talked about books, coffee, fall, and both of us owning a cleaning business. This business is about connections. So make sure you're trying to connect with those people in the party one-on-one. not just through the group. Because
all businesses are about connections. That's not groundbreaking. Again, we're wasting people's time here.
they're not going to see your messages 9 times out of 10 or your posts 9 times out of 10 on those parties, okay? Make sure that you and your host are also engaging within the party. I can't tell you how many times I've had a host not do or say anything, and I've had to go back and remind her, hey, if you want your party to be successful, if you want your friends and family to comment and engage, you're going to have to engage too. And that's when you're going to get the max party rewards. So make sure if your host is not engaging, that you are going back and you're having that conversation with her. Don't be afraid to. The average human needs 7 reminders before they actually do the thing. Okay. So please go back and remind them and make sure you're commenting. Don't just let someone comment and not like and follow up. Okay. I love that new mushroom warmer. Love that comment. Hey girl, isn't it so cute? I love it too. I was thinking about getting it. What do you think? Make sure you're engaging with your people. That's super, super important. And then constantly post the goal in the party. Okay. People love a visual. They love to help their friends and family. I just posted in there someone, I think in the director's page, posted a brand new fall goal tracker. Loved it. It was pumpkins. It was amazing. I have that in my party boards now. So there's a complete goal tracker in there. So share that often. When someone orders, make sure you're thanking them, posting a real life photo of what they ordered. Message them immediately. Let them know that you got their order and that you appreciate it, and to reach out to you if they have any questions. On the last day, these are all my party tips. I don't know if I started with that. On the last day, you are going to change the name of the group to Karen's event ends today, $90 to go. When they may not see your posts, but they will get a notification that the group name changed. Okay.
Oh, goody. More notifications from this bullshit party that people were added to probably against their will. But didn't leave because they wanted to be nice to their friend. Have we all been in that situation? I may be talking from experience. We don't know.
So change the name of the group. I did that in a party that I had over the weekend, got 4 more orders for her. Okay. And then book a party from a party. That verbiage, I also put that in here today. Once the party is over, go back and message, hey girl, thank you.
Hey girl. Hey girl.
Thank you so much again for ordering from Karen's party. You helped her earn $106 in free product and 3 half-price items. She is still trying to earn an extra half off. Are you willing to let me borrow your friends and family for a week in November or December to help her earn that extra half off? Is everyone going to answer you back? Probably not. But that verbiage is in here so you guys can use it. Always try to book a party from a party. Give them 2 options. I talked about this at our group training as well, the dual alternative close. I learned that through dentistry. Always give a person 2 options. So if you're messaging them again about partying, a customer of yours, hey girl, I know you love fall. Would you like your next order free? I have something available in September or October, which works best for you. Keep it simple. Give them 2 options. Don't be giving them a whole bunch of options, because then it just turns crazy. And I think that's it.
Thank God for that.
Yeah. So those are all of my tips for my parties.
So good. I just asked if anybody had questions, like if they want to ask any questions for you or anything you said, because I know, for some people, they may have never done a online party before. And y'all, her boards, seriously, even if you don't use boards, that's not even the point. If you want to get like the layout, how to say the things, how to do the things, you need to look at what she's doing, and it's all right there.
And boards is awesome. I don't post in my party for the whole week because that stresses me out and that's a lot of time. I get on my tread, 5 minutes into my tread, I'm done because I have it already in boards. You literally click it and it pastes it right into Facebook. And I just schedule all of my posts throughout the day.
Yeah. And I think that's so key, Coco, because it's like this has to be duplicatable. And if you're going to be doing the amount one party a week and you're going to be following up, you're going to be doing all these things. I don't see how people do not have this stuff in a specific place. If I did online Facebook parties, I 100% would use boards.
Yeah.
I don't know how people are doing it. Like, I remember like when I used to do Facebook parties, I would do like a Google Doc. And I was like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? Because you do need to be duplicatable, quick, replicatable. And you want to be able when somebody joins, because you're running their parties online, a lot of these people, right, Coco? It's like, hey, here's my board so you can do it instead of like, well, I just do it and good luck. So you're also able to give those new recruits, right, those tools like, hey, here's what I used to run my parties. If you need it, it's all right here. So I love it too from a duplication standpoint, a training standpoint.
Yeah, it's awesome. And like Chloe says, I flipped a party. Insert income disclosure right now. My PRV is almost at 4,500.
That is literally not how it fucking works. Saying insert income disclosure does not negate the fact that you are making income claims on a team training call that is publicly posted to YouTube, just so you know.
And I just flipped $1,000 party. So she immediately came in certified, hit shooting star, hit all of the things from this.
Insane. Insane. And that's how we gonna earn Mexico.
That's how we gonna earn Mexico.
That's how we gonna earn Mexico. And so yeah, I mean, if there's not any questions that y'all have in the chat for us, we're gonna keep the questions in the chat just because this will be on YouTube. So if y'all have a question, put it in the chat. But I mean, we really just wanted to come on and give you guys just some down and dirty, like, hey, it's fall. This is not the time where you can sleep on your business. You need to have your bailouts ready to go. You need to have your thank you stickers ready to go. You need to have your postcard stuff ready to go. Like, this is the season. I also am much like you, Coco. I do really, really heavy in the fall. I work my business all year long, but the fall is when I'm really like, I'm on my P's and Q's. We are doing follow-up multiple times a week. I'm doing mail outs twice a week. I'm doing constant different variations of scratch and sniff samples. I'm actually only doing scratch and sniffs and felts this
Me too.
But, I'm doing this very repetitively, writing all the things down. Like this is, guys, this is what we're doing. And in order to build something that's going to last, that is the beautiful part. And my husband sitting beside me and he saw us get paid today and he was like, it's just incredible what he cut his finger, y'all. Don't mind his finger. Stop.
Such a dork.
It's incredible, you guys, what you get as you pour in consistently. You're not, when Coco, when you were saying like, sometimes you're going to post and nobody's going to like it.
But Chloe, you were just saying that your sales and recruiting are down. So how is your pay so amazing? Because you're getting paid? Congratulations, you have a job. What the fuck are we doing? What you're saying now is contradicting what you said at the beginning of this call. Just putting that out there, girl. Hey, girl.
Other times you're going to post and 5 people are going to like it. Guys, I literally run my business on social media, and I'm telling you, the amount of times I wanted to give up because I was like, nobody's looking at my content. Nobody's looking at my content. But then I learned, no, they are actually, they're looking at stories. They're looking at your VIP page. They are watching. They are watching you. And the key is to be able to tie in, not just thinking you can do a post and walk away, but that customer service, that texting, that connection, the writing down of the names. I just showed you guys a sheet of paper. I constantly am writing down names, what I'm doing, who I'm following up with. It's going to pay off. But this is something where if you make a decision today that you are going to work your business every day in some way, and you're going to be consistent and disciplined in it. That means you don't need somebody like texting you, asking you what your goals are. Me and Coco don't have anybody doing that for us. When you know what your goals are, you want to go to Mexico, you want financial freedom, you want to be able to do A, B, C, and D with your life. You want to be able to homeschool your kids. You want to be able to just move to Raleigh. You want to be able to just live a different life. You have to actually go, I'm going to do it. And that's the difference. Nothing has changed with Scentsy with that in the past 14 years I've been a consultant. It takes discipline and drive and consistency. It doesn't matter what size your office is. It doesn't matter how many samples you have.
Things have changed. Things like the amount of consultants there are recruiting and selling, the prices of products, the products that you offer, many things have changed.
Every single person on here has a phone. You can text your customers. You can download. I saw somebody in the comments was like, yeah, I just downloaded the free version just to check out boards. Why wouldn't you? She is I'm going to just say it because I'm a little ghetto. She's a top freaking 50 earner.
I'm going to say it because I'm a little ghetto. My friend, do you even know what the fuck that means?
I'm gonna say she's a top 50 freaking earner because I'm a little ghetto.
Open a book that doesn't have to do with Scentsy. Please, for the love of everything. Not the Scentsy catalog, an actual book.
Why would you not? She's selling $7,000 a month and recruiting on average 2 to 4 people a month. Why would you not? That is the epitome to me of laziness. If you cannot look at what somebody successful is doing that is being given to you freely, you don't want it bad enough.
No, because if you are somebody who is watching this and anybody in an MLM or anywhere else in your life has told you that you're not successful because you're lazy, look them in the eye and tell them to fuck all the way off, because that is a load of bullshit. If you are somebody who is in an MLM or doing something and you're trying to consistently get better at that thing day in and day out, and you're putting in the work and trying to figure out why it's not working, it does not mean that you're lazy. It just means that it's not working.
So my question for everybody on here, all 38 of you and people that'll listen to the playback, is what do you want? What are your goals, right? And how can you use all of the innovative things Scentsy is doing this year, which is insane, and all the tools and all the marketing and all the Canva templates they're giving you now? How are you going to use all these tools and all these tips to be successful, right? And do you want to close it out, Coco? Is there anything you want to leave them with before we peace out?
Yeah. You guys, the fall is an amazing time for you to build your business, for you to be successful in your business. And in order for you to grow, you have to do things you haven't done before. And in order for you to get to where you want to be, you have to do hard things. People want to be a part of something great. I've always said that. So no matter what it is you're doing, whether it's parties, whether it's, you're trying to recruit, what do they see when they look at you and when they look at your social media? They want to be a part of a movement. They want to be a part of something fun. They want to be a part of something great. So think about too, what are you showing them? So if you're struggling with recruiting, if you're struggling with parties, it could be your verbiage or it could be the image that you're portraying to the world. So make sure you are portraying greatness whenever you step onto the field, because this company is truly amazing and there's no ceiling income. It's unlimited. Okay. Everything is unlimited. So if you want something, go out there and get it. And then, if y'all have questions, my DMs are always open. My boards has been shared. I cannot train you on boards. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to train anyone on boards. It's not complicated, but you can literally just copy my whole board and then put your own verbiage in, put your own pictures in. It's that easy. But as far as training on it, I can't do that. But I love y'all and use it.
I don't know how to train on this, but I love y'all. What does one have to do with the other?
Because it is a great tool and it's been working. It's been working. Yep. Yes. Boards has their own training.
Yes. All the time. And good old Google, guys. Also, I'm just going to say this. If you don't have Chat GPT, please get it. For the love of God, I do. I ask it everything. I literally will be like, hey, here's this customer. I did this today with like 4 customers. Just by the way, hey, here's this customer. Here's what they bought. I really want to get them to join. How do I reply to this? How do I do this? How do I do that? y'all, ChatGPT, between that and boards, your whole business can, in learning how to use social media.
Just copy paste from boards and ask ChatGPT and you'll be successful, not lazy. You're not actually doing the actual footwork that you have to do. You're utilizing AI and somebody else's work. Cool. Who's the lazy one?
Those three things could really explode your business too. So if you haven't explored ChatGPT, boards, or social sharing, how to do that, get involved with that as well, because literally what you're doing, Coco, when you're doing these parties, you're social sharing. You're doing online parties, but you're socially sharing Scentsy online. And that's literally what it is today. We got to get away from people thinking it's like these spammy parties. No, she's just social sharing, and she has her host right there in that little cozy space.
Next time you get a spam email, just remember it's not spam. They're socially selling to you in your inbox. It's not spam, social selling.
And she's spoiling them with free and half off. So, Coco, I love you. Thank you for
Love you.
training all the people, guys. You can find her boards. They're on the pages. Just search boards under either page. And we will make sure that this is posted on YouTube. I'm going to stop the recording.
Oh, God, thank you for stopping the recording. Oh, she's still so dreadful. And I'm not sorry for saying that. That's my opinion. Her trainings are dreadful. She doesn't listen to the words that come out of her mouth sometimes. And the other one is right behind her. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're hate watching, give it a thumbs down. Engagement is amazing. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.